Yo Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Viknopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Krishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravana Kirtanam Vasudevam Jagadvandyam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Fullara Vindayata Patranetra Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Gnanamaya Pradipaha. So we are all going with the Vidura Neeti session. We have completed one section where the Vidwan, where a Pandita is being eulogized and the characteristics have been sketched out to Dhritarashtra by Vidura. Actually, Dhritarashtra had sent Sanjaya to Dharmaraja and other his brothers to decide about the land division or state division and more. And Sanjaya returned, met Dhritarashtra and scolded him in a neutral manner and said, I don't want to say everything that is being told by Pandavas and Dharmaraja. I'll tell the same thing in the open court. So you be ready for that. When that kind of announcement was done by Vidura, by Sanjaya, then the Dhritarashtra lost his sleep. He did not sleep well. He was afraid because he is the responsible emperor. His son and his accomplice might be very wrong or whatever it is, stubborn, but finally answerable is Dhritarashtra because he still holds the throne in his hand. Therefore, in order to get some kind of peace of mind and sleep, more important, he asked Vidura to come and explained his worry. But even Vidura also, who is Yama's Amsha and Avatara, he also scolded in a very polite and euphemistic manner Dhritarashtra and keeping on telling. So now we are in the 38th sloka of the Vidura Neeti, and wherein, see, he has been telling Buddhi, Mudha, who is Mudha? In 37th sloka, we have noted that Atmano Balamagnaya Dharmartha Parivarchitam Alabhyam Icchan Naishkarmyan Mudha Buddhi Iha Uchyate. Say that man, without knowing his own strength and disassociated from both virtue and profit, but he desires an object which is very difficult to obtain, and he will be alabhyam icchan, so trying to desire what you cannot get it or what you cannot deserve. So that kind of buddhi, if anybody were to possess, he is just declared as a mudha, a fool, a destitute of intelligence. So mudha is lacking intelligence. And now in 38th sloka, asishyam shastriyo rajan yascha sunyam upasate kadaryam bhajate yascha tamaho mudha chetasam. So what would be the mind thinking of a fool? Who is Buddha, he told, and now he is talking about the mind. So, Asishyam Shasti Yaha Sunyam Upasate. Say, hey Rajan, O Maharaja, so those people who are not ready to serve you, help you, and interested in you, if you are to adopt love towards him and tell all that instruction, then it will not at all work out. It is like waiting upon the misers, expecting some reward. So misers would not budge. So kadari, the word here used is kadaryam bhajate yaha sunyam upasate. Sunya means failure, not obliging. So giving respect for such people and banking on them constantly is a kind of punishment for him because it is a waste. And such persons are called as the fools. Fool, and his mind or thinking is also foolish. And in 39th sloka, Artham Mahantama Sadhya Chapandi Bhavani. Artham Mahantama Sadhya Vidyam Aiswaryameva Vicharati Asamunnudho Yaha Sapandita Uchyate. So again, immediately, having told about a fool or mudha, also mentioning about the mind of the mudhas, how stubborn it would be, how it is lack of knowledge and wisdom. Here he is telling a pandita again, he can reverse back telling that having obtained immense wealth, prosperity, and learning, and all that. So, if he is not able to reckon himself, and vicharati asamunnadhaha yaha sapandita uchyate. So, he is recognized as Pandit when he does not bear all that to himself heartily. And so asamannuddha means not vicharati, behaves. Saha pandita uchyate. So having had all that highest learning, highest wealth, highest all that, still if he doesn't recognize and bear with that, and if he recognizes and bears with it, he is called as a Pandit. And again, he is going to describe about the wealth and dependence upon that. 40th stanza, Yekaha sampatu sampannam asnoti vaste vasascha sobhanam yo asambibhajya vrityebhya ko nrusimsaha nrusimsatarastataha. Nrusimsa means cruel. So that fellow is supposed to be a cruel person. When he has got, is an heart, Nrusimsa also means heartless. So Chetanatvam is dull. And so therefore it is said, if you have all that, you must have desire to share. Sampannam asnati vasaha vaste shobhanam yo sambibhajya vrityebhya kahan nrusamsaha tarastaraha. See, if one has got lot of wealth and comforts, enjoying, were to be living in a beautiful building, and also he eats whatever he wants to eat, and who wears sobhanam vasaha, Vasaha means dress, attire. If he wears very luxurious, costly, and pleasant dress, but if he does not share his money, wealth, and comforts with the others, then he is said to be a cruel fellow. That we are seeing nowadays. So we have got plenty of people who are not very much sharing. They are so selfish. And you don't need to share to everybody, but at least to the Bhrutyebhyaha. Bhrutya means those who serve you, who are the servant folk. At least to them, you should be able to part with your riches and all that. Even that if you don't do, then you are not at all noble person, but you are a cruel person. So whatever Vidura is telling, it has indirectly reference to the scolding stature of Vidura and to Dhritarashtra. And further he continues that Yekaha papani kurute phalam bhungte mahajanaha bhoktaro vipramuchyante karta doshena lipyate yekam hanyat navahanyadi ishur mukto dhanushmata buddhihi buddhimato srushta hanyat rastram sarajakam. This is a most important verse because there is always a person, a bowman, who shoots an arrow. The arrow might hit the object or fall down, not hitting or a failure. And again, there is only the single person, intelligent and individualistic, applies intelligence viciously, then he will be better. But generally, if he is not doing a sarajakam rastram hanyat, if he does not be so viciously behaving, then not only he dies, also he makes all the people in the country suffer. That's why sarajakam rastram hanyat buddhihi buddhimato visrushta. See, though they have got intelligence, but if you are not employing the intelligence appropriately, sarigga buddhini prayoginchakunda alage unte, then what would happen? It will just eat away the person and the kingship that he has got and the rajyam that he holds. So there will be drastic loss to a Maharaja or any intelligent authority if he does not properly behave. Now, in the 43rd sloka, Ekaya cha dve vinistitya trimscha turbhihi vase kuru panchajitva viditva saptapta hitva sukhi bhava. So this is a very beautiful statement. Ultimately, what is that have wanted? So shat sapta hitva, avoiding these 6 and 7 things, then you will be comfortable. Generally, as the people grow older and older, they will not have patience more to bear with. And moreover, if a person alone takes a decision, then there is going to be a problem. So, ekaya dve vinishchitya tri chaturbhihi vase kuru panchajitva viditva shat saptahitva sukhi bhava. So these are all some of the things. That is, you have to, there are the foul means are there. That is like Sama, Dana, Bheda, and Danda Upayas. And you have to also conquer. Here number is given, that number refers to the Indriyas, also 5 number. You have to also guard your the Pancha Gnanendriyas. And also you have to be very careful about the 6 things, that is Sandhi, Vigraha, Yana, Asana, Avaidithyam, and then Samstraya. These are all the important things. These have got to be honored. Then again, from the 7 number is given. And what is the 7 indicative? 7 is woman, gambling, hunting, intoxicants, serving. Then harsh speech, harsh punishment, and amassing wealth using unjust means. And these are all the 7 things from which any wise person must try to abstain. And if he abstains from these things, then he will be taken as a happiest person. Ekaha jiyate hanta. Always you are all alone to be living your life. All companions will come and disappear. They will not stay continuously with you. So that is the real philosophy which one has got to realize. So here he said that these are all the problematic things. Woman, gambling, hunting, intoxicants, harsh speech, harsh punishment, and amassing wealth using unjust means, bribing. So bribery. So all these things are very much important, and one has to take care about them. And so this will be the this is the politics. So politically strong, one has to become by overcoming all these things. And again, another important thing that it is being described is Yekam Visharasaha Shastrenaikascha Vadhyate Sarastram Saprajam Hanti Rajanam Mantra Visravaha. This is again a very beautiful slokam, as you see that see Visharasaha Ekam Hanti. The poison kills only one person. And Shastrena Ekascha Vadhyate. So with your weapon, you kill only one person. And Sarastram Saprajam Hanti Rajanam Mantra Visravaha. So Mantra Visravaha, those people who are famous in Vedic knowledge and also the methods of application and derivation of completion of project, etc. And that he is going to refer here, that look here, 45th one. Yekaha swaduna bhunjita ekascharthan na chintayedu yeko nagachedadhvanam naikaha supteshu jagruyatu. So singular movements have got to be banned, but there that was really equivalent thing in that yuga, just previous yuga to Kali Yuga and further backwards. So Ekameva Advitiyam Tapaha Tadyat Rajan Avabudhyase Satyam Swargasya Sopanam Paravarasya Nauriva. So here again a beautiful instruction has been given that you may get thrown after so much of bloodshed, but that will not really take you to Sargaloka. Satyam Sargasya Sopanam Shanti Safinam Parivaradasya Paravatasya. So in this 46th sloka, you see Ekameva Advitiyam. Ekameva Advitiyam Tadrat Rajan Avabudhyase Satyam Swargasya Sopanam Paravarasya Nauriva. This 46th stanza is also very important because though the statement is made, examples are given so that one can attest the reality and truthfulness of the statement. So here you observe Advitiyam Ekameva He Rajan Avabudhyase. See, a being who is one without a second, O king, he is able to comprehend. See, there is always one person who is responsible for all things. And if that one person adopting is what is called the truth, Satyam. And actually it is said, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So Satyam Brahma, Jnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahma. Therefore, whoever resorts to this Satyam, the truth, comprehends the truth, and makes himself truth-ridden, and that is the way to go to heaven. Satyam Swargasya Sopanam. Sopanam is a ladder. So if people adopt only truth, they will be climbing the ladder stretched up to the Swargaloka. Sopanam. And what is the Satyam? Yajna is truth. Yajna Satyam. And what is Satyam? Yajna is supposed to be the Paramatma himself, Narayana. So, and even Yajnavaraha Swami also is remembered, worthy of all regard, because of the kind of work done. So, Swargasya Sopanam Satyam. How, like another example has been given. So, in a river, to cross over the river and anger of the river, the best one is you have to use a now or a ship, a boat in the ocean to take you to the other shore of it. So, the sea flight and sky flight. And therefore, so it is said, Satyasya Sargasya Sopanam Paravarasya Nauriva. Paravaraha means Aparavara ocean. The ocean is so large and big, Hindu Mahasamudram, for example, that if one is able to swim through or travel through that, facing all hurdles on banks and otherwise, then it is really nice. That's why he said, a boatman in the ocean is able to float and get benefits to his professional excellence. And now, Vidura is trying to emphasize upon the importance of singularity. When you are alone, you will be able to do more things. So this is what you should know. Satyam Swargasya Sopanam. Truth is a ladder to go to Swargaloka. And Paravarasya Nauhu Iva. So for Paravara, that Paravara means Samudram, the ocean. So Paravarasya Nauhu Iva. Even if all you want to cross, float and reach the other shore of the ocean, then it is really appreciable. So Nauriva Paravarasya. Paravara is a place and or is the person's name, but actually Paravara means Vyasa Bhagavan, because his is Ananta Viryam, Ananta Shakti, and everything is Ananta, Ananta, Ananta. So Here it is said, O king, truth, he is himself a truth. And why we do go to heaven? Because in heaven we find people helping you with helping you and with all weapons that are necessary at the war, and then they disappear. The gurus are always like that. So we are going to have the Guru Purnima day, when you can join on Zoom, and I'll sending the link for you. So like boat in the ocean. Yekaha chamavatam dosho diyava nupalabhyase vadanam yadenam chamaya yuktam asektam anyade. So if you don't take immediate rigorous action, then and you spend the time, then yuktam chamaya yuktaha, then he will be asektam manyate janaha. So he will be declared as asaktam. Now, so one must have the talent of forgiving persons. If that is not there, then the person will become weak. So asya dosho na mantavya kshama hi paramam balam kshama guno hi asektanam sektanam bhushanam tatha. See, Dhamma Samadhi Shatka Sampat, he is going to describe Vidura to Dhritarashtra, who is not having the Sama, Dhamma, Shanti, all these 6 ones. He doesn't know. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. One, this is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Chaturvidha Purusharthas, like that. So, 1 minute, I just take a break. See, every sentence, every instruction, every advice is being given by Vidura has many meanings too also. And we must remember that is not told to anybody, but to a Chakravarti. And moreover, this particular Chakravarti is a determined fool who has lost controls over himself. But whatever Vidura tells will not be appreciated by Dhritarashtra totally, but because Dhritarashtra is being told the truths by Vidura. And it is said, Sama, Dhamma, there are Satka Sampatti. What are there are 6 items which are really called as the wealth. See, number 1 is the Satyam. Second one is Kshama. Third one is Kshama. Third one is Shama. So now, before he goes to other things, one by one, he is trying to elaborate in this Niti. Now, he talks about the Shama in 47th sloka. How important is the Kshama? Kshama is the forgiving quality. You should not keep evil things and kopam, etc., or the mistake committed by the others strongly all through the life. In fact, Bhartruhari in his Upashitas also points out the three types of people with reference to the Kshama Buddhi. Kshama is also a feature of the mind and Buddhi. So, those who do not have the Kshama Buddhi, they will be weak people. They will not thrive very much. So, Ashaktam Janaha Manyante. So, those people, if you have that, then they will consider you as asakta. Asakta is not capable. So that is a defect, that people take a forgiving person to be weak. But you should not care people, but you should care the quality and the impact of that quality later. The next sloka again continues about the importance of Kshama. So asya dosho namantavya Kshama hi paramam balam Kshama guno hi asaktanam Saktanam bhushanam tatha. So it's a beautiful thing that Kshama is neutral always. Vidura is telling Kshama, quality, forgiveness, forgiving the mistakes. Forget and forgive. Forget and forgive. That is the formula. So those people who adopt to that kind of formula, then what would be that? So asya dosho namantavyaha. So that kind of Kshama Buddhi happens to be a great paramambalam, to be a great powerful thing. And Kshama guna asaktanam is balam, and saktanam bhushanam tatha. So it is going to be an ornament to all the strong people if they were to cultivate the Kshama Buddhi. And for others, it is not going to be of much help if you show forgive, if you show excuse or kindness to them. They will not properly understand the value of the kindness or Kshama you showed. They will pounce on you back. The best example is the Duryodhana. See, Duryodhana is such a person that he has Kshama, but that Kshama is not appropriately glorified. Therefore, he died. See, when entire war took place and all Pandavas side, much army on Pandavas side and whole army on the Dhritarashtra side, but there was a kind of feeling that Kshama guna asaktanam saktanam bhushanam. So Duryodhana, when he lost all his brothers and Sainyam too much, then he told Sanjaya, when he happened to go after completion of Mahabharata, you go to my father and tell him that I will not return to palace unless I kill the Pandavas. So though he had so much of injury and all that, the feeling did not disappear. So again, in the next sloka, probably there is no numbering for this in this text, probably because another program is peeping. And so today we stop here and talking about the importance of Kshama Guna, which is very much important. And that same Kshama will be a weakness, and same will be a great strength for them. So Kshamavan is strong, and that kind of convenience is there. Now, Shama Vasi Kurtika, Shama Vasi Kurtil Loke, Shamaya Kim Nasadhyate, Shanta Shanti Sangha Kare Yasya Kim Karishyati Janaha. So, this Shama Shakti were to be under your control. There is no difficulty at all. Those people who oppose temporarily or permanently, they have to change. But that has not happened immediately between Pandavas and Kauravas, but different forms of the same instruction has been given. So Kshama is a Bhushanam Narinam. So the Kshama Buddhi or Shanti Buddhi is going to be an ornament to all people. So today I stop here and we continue next. Om Tat Satu. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Sarvam Sri Veda Matrucharanaravindarpanamastu. Om Tat Satu. I think